Hello everyone, my name is Fabrizio Segovia and today I will talk with you all about the co-regulator system, a predictive AI platform for mitigating BPSD and caregiver burnout in dementia care. The duality of dementia, it means when a patient behavioral symptoms and caregiver adversity, dementia is characterized not solely by cognitive decline but significantly by the presence of behavioral psychological symptoms of dementia, BPSD, which encompass restlessness, verbal outbursts, withdrawal, agitation, and non-compliance with essential activities such as bathing or taking medication. These behavioral expressions represent most challenging aspects of care, acting as the primary catalyst for profound stress and subsequent burnout among family caregivers. The complexity of BPSD necessitates non-pharmacological interventions, which are endorsed as the primary practice for effective management. Successful intervention therefore requires patience, compassion, and sophisticated skill on the part of the caregiver. The chronic demanding nature of these care-placed caregivers is markedly increased clinical risk of death, cycle sickness, depression, and anxiety. This burden is exacerbated by low social support, financial instability, and significant psychological and emotional impacts. This phenomenon transforms the care dynamic into high-stakes scenarios where the psychological health of the caregiver is linked to the behavioral stability of the person living with dementia. So, according to the case study of the video that we just saw about the emotional and psychological role reversal, the video provides us an unvarnished examination of the caregiver experience, featuring a son discussing the emotional and psychological challenge of caring for his mother. This specific relationship dynamic, the role reversal where a son must care for a once strict and strong mother, magnifies the strain, generating a unique love-hate relationship. This case study reveals three critical and interconnected difficulties: emotional exhaustion, communication breakdown, and persuasive isolation. When we talk about the emotional exhaustion and role strain, according to the caregiver focus, the primary psychological burden is evident as the caregiver discusses the stress of role reversal responsibility, leading to a significant fatigue. This manifests clinically as denial, anger, and irritability, frustration that the person living with dementia can't do the things that they used to be able to do. This chronic high-level stress is a profound threat to the caregiver's mental and psychical health. The communication breakdown and repetition is another of the difficulties. This difficulty is inherent in managing repetitive behaviors, like they are a major source of friction, where the caregiver, exhausted, sets in the triggers of a negative emotional response and actions, leading to the mood changes and irritability. The inability to maintain a calm, skilled response inadvertently escalates the person living with dementia, agitation, or behavioral expressions. Another problem that we can see according to the video is the isolation and personal limitations. The caregiver describes the profound social and personal sacrifice required, which aligns with clinical observations of caregivers suffering from social withdrawal and the restriction of personal needs in social life due to this immense burden. This isolation compounds depression and anxiety, results in sleeplessness and a pervasive lack of concentration. The initial anger of frustration experienced by the caregiver results from the fundamental strain of role reversal. cascades into impaired concentrations and exhaustion. This reduced capacity for the required patient and skill means that the caregiver is less able to employ best practice interventions. The resulting of cycle escalating of the person living with dementia and the caregiver are, are increasing the caregiver distress, providing a compelling justification for a technological system that intervenes in before the emotional breaking point of the caregiver is reached. So that's why, in order to reduce or try to help the caregiver, as well as the person living with dementia, we decide to create a platform that might reduce the stress of the caregiver and also help the person living with dementia according to their needs and according to how important or how advanced is the state or the status of the person living with dementia. And also, it cares about the caregiver points on stress and also about his personal life and cares.
Hello, my name is Justin, and I will be introducing the co-regulator system. It is not just a monitor, but a proactive support system that helps both the caregiver and their loved one find more moments of calm and connection. Let's start with the caregiver. The weight of constant worry and frustration is immense. You might feel angry, and then moments later you feel guilty for feeling that way. And it's normal, it's okay. But it's exhausting. The co-regulator helps here in two ways. First, it includes a Care Blazer coach, and this is a private yet and confidential chat that is available anytime. It is a space to vent your frustration and get immediate, supportive guidance to help you cope. And this helps reduce the anger and anxiety before it builds up. Secondly, the system uses discrete wearable devices, like a simple wristband. Now, what this does is that it tracks your sleep and activity levels. When it senses that you have reached a point of exhaustion, it alerts you. And this is like a nudge to take a break and to practice self-care and to interrupt the path to burnout before it happens. Now let's talk about the loved one. Common challenges include increased agitation, repeating questions, which I think is pretty common, or refusing to help with daily tasks like bathing, getting dressed, and even eating. And these moments are distressing for everyone. The co-regulator is designed to help before these situations escalate. Using biometric sensors, the system can learn to predict when your loved one is becoming agitated. When it detects rising stress, it can use a smart speaker in the home to deliver a calming and personalized message. This can be a familiar song or a gentle reminder, helping to reorient and soothe them. Now, this reduces the chance of a full-blown stressful episode. And for those difficult moments when they refuse care, our system has a unique feature. It can generate gentle and respectful scripts for you to use based on what has worked in the past. Instead of confrontation, it helps you reframe the request in a way that encourages cooperation, thus restoring a sense of independence and dignity for your loved one. And this is really important, especially for those who are experiencing dementia or Alzheimer's. So, how does it come all together? The co-regulator is an integrated system, the discrete wearables for both of you, along with the simple yet non-intrusive smart home sensors, work in the background to create a complete picture or a complete environment. This fused data allows the system to move from simply reacting to a problem to predicting and preventing them. It shifts the entire paradigm from constant management to what we call co-regulation, where the system actively helps both of you achieve mutual emotional and behavioral stability. It is a well-coordinated support system that has the well-being of both the caregiver and the care recipient in mind. Going into further detail of the co-regulator feature. As mentioned before, we have a Care Blazer Coach, which is an emotional support LLM. For its technological implementation, it uses GPT-4o or LLM interface, and it provides confidential and real-time psychoeducation and disclosure space. So like I said before, it helps you and allows you to vent, and this prevents you from getting mad at your loved one by providing immediate emotional relief, reducing anger, anxiety, and this enhances coping skills too. Another feature is the predictive BPSD alert module and personalized prompt delivery. Its technological implementation is having a biometric ML fusion and an ambient smart speaker for the delivery of tailored validation or reality orientation cues. As mentioned before, when something bad happens, hope not, we have a speaker, an ambient speaker, so it's not too loud, that helps keep the situation calm before it escalates. What it does is that it reduces conflict frequency intensity, and this minimizes stress for both users. As for its third feature, it's the dual user biometric monitoring. As mentioned before, it uses discrete wearables tracking CG sleep activity and HRV against personalized thresholds. It interrupts the negative feedback loop by signaling the need for self-care, which mitigates the risk of adverse physical outcomes such as lack of sleep and anxiety, or even fatigue. Its fourth feature is the Dignity-Focused Task Reframing Engine. It's a really long name. The LLM generates a Montessori-style script based on contextual data and personalized history. So what it does is that it uses you can input data, because that's why it's personalized, and based on these data, it comes out with scripts to help alleviate the situation. Now this increases patient cooperation, but also restores independence and reduces confrontation during essential ADLs. The goal of the co-regulator system is simple. It is to enhance the quality of life for both of you. By providing proactive, personalized support, it reduces the stress, minimizes conflict, and gives you, the caregiver, the tools and insights you need to preserve your own health. It's about creating more moments of peace, more moments of connection, and making the care journey just a little less difficult for everyone involved.